Greetings once again from the deck of Kinney Natatorium here in Bison Country. It's already December and it's a busy time of year, not only for the Bucknell swimming and diving team, but really all students on the Bucknell campus. This week we start final exams and we are looking to close out the semester really strong in the classroom and building upon all the good work we've done in the pool so far this season. Once we conclude finals, we are all really excited to head down to Florida for our annual training trip. But before we start talking about what's ahead of us, we want to take a chance to look back. Right before Thanksgiving, we hosted the Bucknell Invitational. This is an important meet halfway through the season for our team to evaluate where we are at. We back off a little bit from our intense training, we suit up. The guys don't get to shave, but we definitely looked to see good progress in our performances in the pool and on the diving boards. Overall, we were very pleased with the progress that we did make. It's always great to come away with team titles at both those meets, but more important than winning was the progress in performance that we saw. We saw a lot of great swims, some really good diving. Two big highlights from the season and from the meet were the school records we set in the 200 freestyle relay on both the women's side and the men's side. And so we're going to spend a little time today talking with the members of those two teams. All right, I am here with the four women that combined to set the school record in the 200 freestyle relay. We have seniors Alexandra Retordo, Sophia Donati, junior Esme Hunter, and first year Jennifer Bolden. So just going to ask you guys a little bit about what you thought of both the relay record and the meet. And so starting with our two seniors and captains and also members that were on the previous record-setting relay, how would you say this experience compared to setting the record last year?
Well, we're lucky enough to be on a really fast team, getting faster every year. So we know those records are temporary, probably going to be broken again next year, but we're just happy and lucky and honored to be on these relays again, and feels just as good as the first time. Still a surprise, but still awesome.
Yeah, I think it's awesome when we're able to contribute to something 2 years in a row and we're able to see our progress year after year, especially with like our new relay members. I think it's just an awesome opportunity to see progress and like moving forward for the future.
Definitely, and I'm going to correct you. We're going to set the relay. When you say next year, you just mean in the spring as we move through this season.
My bad.
So overall, as captains of the women's team, or a couple of the captains of our women's team, how did you feel like the team performed overall as you thought about expectations that you guys had for the team going into the weekend?
I think we had awesome energy and just really bringing each other up, pumping each other up, definitely reflecting on our time freshman year and looking how much 4 years could change with our team. And we're just happy to be with our team. And our team did awesome. First place, that's great. So overall, awesome meet for sure.
Yeah, and I think we've been putting a lot of like good progress and work in during practice. The energy has been really high this season, and we've seen that in dual meets. And I think seeing the progress that we made as a team at the invite was just like a testament to how much work we've been doing this year and how much progress we're going to see in the future.
That's great. And you alluded to it, Jennifer. So we've got our veterans here. We got our first year members. So you get to be halfway through your first year with the program on a school record-setting relay. What was that experience like for you?
It was definitely coming into the meet. I didn't know quite what to expect, but it was really exciting to set the record. And the other girls just really helped encourage me and get me ready. And since I started off, it was a little bit of a stressful position to be in, but I really just wanted to start off strong and set the momentum for the rest of the race.
Well, you handled that stress very well. You set it up and everybody delivered. Esme, speaking of stress, you had a busy day at that invite, and part of the point of the invite is to have that championship schedule, lineup and preparations, and sometimes even take it to another level. So that day, you swam on our 200 freestyle relay, the 200 IM, the 50 free, and the 400 medley relay. So lots of swims between prelims and finals. What's your mindset when you're moving through a busy day like that?
Definitely going into it, I was a little nervous, but as Alexandra said, the energy that we've been having on our team recently definitely helped boost my personal energy and got me really excited. Obviously, having the 2 free relay first and breaking a record definitely helped my mindset as well. And then I think going through the rest of the meet, it was just keeping it going and staying excited.
So keeping it going is definitely our plan. We are going into some good training right now, finish exams. But as we just mentioned, our goal is to continue to get better as we move into the second half of the season. I am joined by 4 gentlemen that helped combine to set our school record in the 200 freestyle relay. So we have senior Leo Kuehl, sophomore Justin DeSanto, junior John Garrick, and junior Chris Fabian. Really exciting way to start out the Bucknell Invitational, first event at finals. These four guys stepped up, won the event, set a record, really got things going for us on a successful weekend. Leo, you hold some sprint freestyle school records already. Does it ever get tiring setting school records?
Definitely not, Dan. It never gets tiring. I think it's always exciting every time, and especially at this point in the season, getting records like that is great to see.
All right. Was it something that you guys kind of talked about or expected, or was it just kind of get up and see where we're at?
I think, well, we were definitely hoping to go fast. Obviously, if you can get a record at the same time, that's great, but we were just hoping to get up and going, and that's what we did.
Yep. So, Justin, a little different experience for you, sophomore. So last year, you're always learning as a first year, but you in particular kind of had to work through some illness that hampered a lot of first semester. And so if I recall last year, the invite was just kind of getting back into the swing of things. What was your mindset, and maybe kind of combine that with the idea of what was the team mindset going into the meet this time?
Yeah, this year for me was different coming into invite. I had some great dual meet swims, and I was super excited to do more events that I haven't done in the past. And for the team, I mean, we talked about in the beginning of the year, setting records, obviously maybe not now, but also winning the invite. And to do both of those right now was awesome. This relay, we had goals, we have future goals, so we're super excited to get those.
Yeah. So definitely start part of a process and a progression. Speaking of progress and progression, Chris Fabian, you have lived every distance swimmer's dream. And so some of you have heard the story. Chris came into our program identifying as a miler, as a distance swimmer. He now swims nothing over 100. 50s and 100s is where he lives. And so, you know, that's exciting. What advice do you have to any distance swimmer that wants to make that kind of change that you have?
Well, I always came in with a big distance background, as I said. And during freshman year, I got put into a few hundreds, and I found myself a lot more energized and excited to swim those events and just really go all out and blast it all. So my advice would be just to get excited for whatever race you have, and that excitement's going to take you very far.
That's true. And so, not that we don't value our distance swimmers, they've done a great job too. We need sprinters, distance swimmers, and all the strokers, but you know, a unique scenario where you come in a miler and become a 50, 100 specialist. And so another guy that swims a lot of events, John Garrick. And so you won the 200 fly, the 200 IM at this meet. You swam the 400 IM in prelims so we could get a sense of where you were at in that event. And you're also on our sprint freestyle relays. What's your mindset in being able to do all those different disciplines? How do you kind of approach those? Is it different, or do you have the same mindset across all your events?
I would say I'd probably have the same mindset going into every race, just making sure that I'm leaving it all out in the pool, racing as hard as I can. I think training-wise, I definitely train a little bit more towards the distance races, 4 IM, 2 fly, that regard. And I was definitely telling these three guys beforehand, I was really nervous before the relay. I was like, this is 50 free is definitely new for me. And I just wanted to make sure I didn't DQ the relay by leaving early, and I wanted to make sure I just swam as fast as I could, and I think that I did that.
No, you definitely did. Great splits for all four of these guys, but as we've echoed, you know, our goal is to get better, to continue to improve. You know, this was a stepping stone to bigger and better things, and so that's really the goal. We're training hard, we're training consistently as we head into exams. Taking care of business in the classroom is always a top priority, but coming out of that training trip, some really good work in the pool, setting us up for bigger and better things as we head into 2023. So until then, go Bison.